I was wrong all along. When I first saw Hello Neighbor 3, I thought it's gonna be a disaster, because people are gonna hate the fact that it does not really look like Hello Neighbor. The design of the characters is very unusual and nothing we saw in Hello Neighbor before. And just because the series ain't popular and every single time developers promise us something, they just won't give it to us. But now, I'm very hopeful and I don't even know why. Every single time I discussed Hello Neighbor 3 or made a video about it or anything, the last time I discussed it with Emilius, I'm just more and more hyped. We will have a look again. Then they fixed that thing that it's made by EerieGuest, because previously there was only Tiny Build for some reason. And we have also this summary, which also tells us some mechanics that will be in the game. Simulated town in real time. There are multiple decisions, but every single one is the right one. So there will probably be some sort of mechanic with the NPCs, by how much they like you and such. So there will actually be relationships and bonds that you will probably be able to make with the NPCs, presumably. Cozy at Eerie Adventure, Half-Abandoned Town, Overgrowth and Memories, so there might be cutscenes with flashbacks and memories and such. In a quick summary, Hello Neighbor 3 will be a complex, very complex, and honestly a horror game. Like, every single Hello Neighbor game is considered to be a horror game, but this one, you want to tell me that you wouldn't run if you would see this, like looking at you, or something. Look at the long legs, small body. All of the characters are blue for some reason. Yeah, look at this. He's just bent down. You can see it here. It's the Vandal, but bent down. And with the smile also in the leaks from RBO, he also emits some sort of red light in the dark. Like, that's scary. He doesn't even make an animation when he sees you. He just straight up runs at you. We saw that in the teasers. You'll be able to make bonds with NPCs, at least with those two we know. I mean, they also said the same about Hello Neighbor 2, but now they are saying all this stuff again, so they might actually try it. Because previously they said about Hello Neighbor 2 that they are sad that most of the ideas they scrapped, so they might return them. They also changed some descriptions, like here, the science appearance takes some notes from the Vandals from Hello Guest is Nikita stated he wanted give the Vandals a new home. So yes, those are indeed the Vandals. Something that they removed, but it's confirmed and it's also seen in my previous videos about Hello Neighbor 3. There will be storms. So Hello Neighbor 3 will probably have weather day-night cycle, and weather cycle is not in Hello Neighbor 2, remember. So that will take part in the game, and in my previous videos there was stated in signed and coned descriptions that they will rob you during storms and assault you. Players will also have their own property, so the idea from RBO of protectors and invaders are still in there, okay? It still exists, because you are both protector and invader. Also, you are a new person, you know, you've never been in Ravenbrooks before, so something like Quentin, but we do not know anything about the main character yet. But it's for sure not Quentin nor Nikki, because at that timeline, Nikki is probably in the town or in the other city already, in the big city by Ravenbrooks. About the timeline of Hello Neighbor 3, we are not sure about it at all, but I discussed it with Emilius in the Veterans Discuss Hello Neighbor 3 video, and the timeline will not take in a Reset Day novel, which is the novel where Mr. Peterson is at his oldest of age 75. Because we saw in Neighbor's concept art that he looks very old, and people say that. He is for sure older, but he's not 75. He's like around 60s or so. This could also take place after the Ravenbrooks Disaster graphic novel, where he is older, and it takes place after Hello Neighbor 2 even, I believe. So it's around early 2000s. Also, the fact that it cannot be during Reset Day is because Reset Day also takes place in autumn or fall, and Hello Neighbor 3 is stated somewhere in here. It's in early spring, yes. So the timeline will be Ravenbrooks Disaster graphic novel timeline, or sometime later. Probably later. Why do I think it's the Ravenbrooks Disaster timeline? Because Mr. Peterson caused flood on the town, and this town in Hello Neighbor 3 is half abandoned. So that would make sense, it kinda connects everything. Also, here is something very new. Covered has its own page, so we don't know much about it. And she was designed as if she was female Vandal. So friends are presumably signed, coned, enemies Jacob Iris, likes roller skating, because she has roller skates if you haven't noticed. So in Hello Neighbor 3 there will be multiple enemies, and I think that it will be sort of like zombie apocalypse type of game, where there will be lots of, you know, signs and coned and covered, which covered will be something like the speedy enemy, coned, we don't know, maybe Stalker, because he has the huge eye, but who knows. And Signed could be just, basic enemy. But we also got the guest, so let's not forget about that Stalker and Kidnapper. Here is also something quite interesting in my opinion. Now you cannot see anything, it's black covered. I will reveal it bit by bit. It seems that they leak us one piece of Neighbor's model once or twice per week, honestly I didn't keep count. So we had this top one, which we know about, okay? We said that he looks quite scary, and some people say that he looks very old, which is true, but no, it's not happening during the reset day timeline, we can confirm that. Then they revealed us this part, he's holding his shovel, presumably it's a shovel. He has no gloves, which is kinda sad. Then they revealed us this part. Yeah, this looks like he's either holding something hairy or he is hairy, he's probably hairy. And now most recently, by the time I'm recording this video, they showed us this huge chunk of his body. So, like the other characters, unlike the other characters, his body is actually pretty big. Like, it's kinda huge. And his hands, his legs are very thin. I mean, he always had, but compared to the body. And maybe they will also be quite long. This is what we have currently. A fan of mine connected those pictures, and I want to thank him for that. I really like Mr. Peterson's design. It really looks scary and everything. All I'm gonna say. I don't really know what to say about this. In general, I wanted to talk about the looks of the game because they are truly horrifying. Look at the creature in that doorway. What is that? Slenderman? I don't know. Like, where I just point, he's like this tall. And we don't even see its face. I don't even want to see its face. Now remember, there's nothing paranormal in a Hello Neighbor except the golden apple and the weather control type of shit. No, do not speak about the cult and the guest. Maybe that will also be part of the game, but who knows? Because the cult is also in the reset day, which takes place in like 2016-17, I don't know now. The looks of the game are in general Hello Neighbor-ish and also not, But now let's talk about the logo, the most interesting part. I got this comment from a fan, and I want to thank them a lot because I would do a horrible job at researching. So, we know from the previous video that this snake is called Ouroboros, which usually means Eternal Cycle of Destruction and Rebirth. Yes, I'm reading this, but it's pretty much similar to what I thought originally. This cute little guy. His hair, I thought it's rabbit, but I'm an idiot. To recognize one's own potential to manifest one's desires. That could relate to the cult, because they desire of the golden apple and destroying the town and such, to control the weather. Moth, transformation and rebirth. That could be Aaron. He's this, scared weakling currently, and then he will rebirth into something that his father is. Something like that, I don't know. Or he will become the part of the cult, because the cult also needs Aaron. They want Aaron. They need Aaron. Because he's like bad omen, he brings bad luck to the town and such. Now, the Ouroboros could also either be the cult, or the neighbor, or the Vandals. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe there's no Easter egg to the neighbor whatsoever, but I really like this logo and it 100% means something. Well, I hope you enjoyed my rambling about all of this and such. I hope you are not surprised why I think that Hello Neighbor 3 will be awesome. Remember, Hello Neighbor 2 was also supposed to be incredible. It had huge hype, its alphas and such, even Hello Guest. But then they scrapped a shit ton of stuff. Well, hopefully it won't happen in here. And if it won't, it has huge potential to bring the franchise back. If I missed something or anything or skipped, let me know in the comments. Thank you very much. Thank you.